and happy Tuesday. Lovely to see you all. Thank you for joining me if you are coming in live and are able to grace my presence with yours. It's very nearly Christmas. Where are we? Tuesday the 14th of December. So some of us still have to work. Some of us are nearly finished. Yes. Nice to see you. So I'll just sort of talk a little bit because sometimes you've got to skip the adverts before you get to me. Today the plan is to make a mini album. Now I can't remember if I've actually filmed this before. I know that I've done it in a class a long time ago, but today I also created a box to go with it. So that's the plan. I think in my head I think I'll do is maybe make the album tonight with the box, excuse me, and then at a later date hopefully decorate it and maybe turn it into a little Christmas journal, something like that. So I'm just going to see who's coming on in. Well, the idea was I'd call up my other device, so let's see if I can do that. Yes, good. Got to skip the adverts again. Hi, good to see you all. So we'll get started in a minute. This is my, what's going on here? Got something funny going on with the hair there. Got my clip in, that's why. But this is my Christmas garb for today. There we go. Who's here? Hi, Louise. Nice to see you. Hi, Valerie. Don't know what's gone in my voice. Hi, Anne, Linda. Oh, I'm on the big telly. Oh, I'm on Louise's big telly. And hi, Gina. Yeah, digging out the old Christmas. This is new editions. I'll have you know. Oh dear. Right. Oh, way off track today. So let's get you nice and high and then zoom me in a bit. Right, let's see if I can sort out the quality. Now, if I'm looking slightly fuzzy, if you press the three dots and go to quality, oh no, don't report anything, and then go to advanced, you can increase the quality and it will apply it to the video, and this should hopefully make it a bit clearer for your viewing. It certainly does for mine. I have to take my glasses off to see, believe it or not. Right, stick you up in the corner there. So this I made earlier on my Facebook channel. This is a bit of a sneak peek. If you want to see how that's made, I've loaded the video onto YouTube. I've just not done anything with it. So it usually goes live the next day, round about, I think I set it for 12 o'clock noon my time. Right, let's get started. So this is not my original idea. In fact, I will tell you who I found this from. A lady called Amber from Lyric Lover Crafts, and she got it off somebody called the Creative Life Studios. So thank you to those people for actually coming up with this idea. And I went ahead and created my own little box. It's not finished. I've not finished decorating it because I'm not sure what I want to use the box for yet, but here's the box, and I like to line my box inside. I just think it really helps to give that nice professional finish to it. So you've got the lid with the matching insert in the box. It's a little bit tight, don't know why. I think it just catches a little bit on my, although I've trimmed it. So, and then here is the little album. So it's made out of a 12 by 12 sheet, and I have actually put a spine on it and stuck some of the pages together, but left some gaps. So there's a gap in the middle, and then there's two pockets at the top also. If you do use a spine, make sure you do leave a gap down here so that you can open your book and also get access to the slots. And once you fill your pages and your pockets as well, obviously it'll become a bit more bulky. So then it's fallen off. That's a good start, isn't it? I'll have to stick that on later with something stronger. I've got some ribbon under here just to tie my notebook together. So I wanted to do a Christmassy one. Now, you might think this doesn't look very Christmassy, but I wanted quite a neutral colour so then I could later come back and decorate it in more Christmassy colours. That was my thinking. I just thought I've got some other Christmas paper somewhere, but I won't get sidetracked. Let's just stick to the basics for now. Right, I'm going to desperately try and remember what I'm doing here. Okay. I wrote it down somewhere. I wrote it down and I've lost my paper. But we're going to wing it instead. Where have I put that? Oh, let's just wing it. We can sort it out. I think it's 2 inches. Yep. Right, there we go. So we're going to score. It doesn't want to move out the way now. We're going to score at 2 inches. Now you can turn this round and go onto this side and score at 2 inches, or you can just score at 10. It depends if you're scoring on a scoreboard or if you're doing this in your trimmer. So I've scored at 2, and then, oh, I forgot, you do need to score at 6. 2, 6 and 10. This is super simple. Now when I made this with the class, we tried to use card, and it is a little bit stiff with card, or stiffer. So paper is ideal. Excuse me. Then you want to turn it 90 degrees, and we're going to score again. Now you might be asking me, does it matter about the pattern? Now what's going to happen here is my reindeer are going to be upside down on some pages, and they're going to be the right way up on other pages. So just bear that in mind. If you don't like that, you might want to turn it inside out, but just, you know, that's, obviously if it's multi-directional paper it won't matter, but this is directional paper, so I've done it so the direction is sideways for those first scores. I hope that makes sense. Then I'm going to come in and score at 3, 6 and 9. Nice and easy. 3, 6 and 9, because we're dividing the page up into 4. Right, I hope you're still, you know, with me here. I'm going to just crease the centre so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to crease these up. Now, I'll tell you how to fold it in a minute, but this is just so that you can hopefully see where the creases are. So we've got our 2 shallower pieces on this side and this side. Now what we need to do now is we're going to cut along this centre. Okay, so you've got your 2 shallower pieces at the top and bottom, and we're going to cut right through the middle. You can use scissors or you can use a trimmer. Hi everybody that's just come in, nice to see you. To see you nice. So we are going to cut across 3 pieces, so make sure that your end piece is intact. So it's quite handy because on the trimmer it's got the marks on here, so I'm cutting from the 3 inch and I'm going to cut right the way through all the pieces. Now it's got a little bit furry because I creased that and it's caught, but that's okay. Right, now to fold up the album, okay? So we're going to, obviously it depends on what side you want to use. Now you've got to decide which side. But I know that this is going to be my inside. So we're going to fold up the centre. I'm just going to fold these up as well. So that, now why is that off? That's not quite, look, what's happened there? Something's not quite right there. Ooh, how bizarre. Why did that do that? Let's just straighten that up a little bit. Oh well, we'll carry on. We shall carry on. Just trying to make sure I'm keeping up with your comments. Okay, so the first section is the top half, and we're going to fold it to the left. Then we're going to fold it to the right, and then we're going to fold it to the left. So we're creating a concertina. Okay, going to flip it over, and we're going to fold it to the right, fold it to the left, and fold it to the right. So hopefully, if you followed those guidelines, you should have something that looks a bit like this. So yes, I do have some upside down deer, but I'm not going to mind it too much. I think the main thing is I wanted a nice plain outside bit so that I could decorate it. Now, you could leave it like this with no sticking and have it as an origami book, but I would advise that you stick the flaps down. So at the beginning of your book, in the middle of your book, and at the end of your book, you've got some loose flaps that you can just literally, we can run some glue down the edge and stick that together. I'm not getting the comments coming in on my other phone. Let's see if I can get that working. Strange. Oh well, we shall carry on. Right, so I'm going to just literally do a line, tiny line of glue up the edge to stick that side down. And a tiny bit of glue up this edge, and then the centre pieces. So any flap that's open, you're basically just sticking down. Now you may decide that you want to do some more gluing. I'm just going to open that up. So you may want to create a pocket from this centre piece here. I've pulled that apart too early, it's not had a chance to stick. And it just helps it from opening too much. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue along this bottom edge in the centre, along here, to stick that together. I hope everyone is with me. You may have done this before, you might have seen this before, but I always think, you know, there's always somebody that's never seen certain things before, so there's always somebody new that you're going to show, even if you've done it before or seen it before. So it's always worth repeating, and I think they always look different depending on what papers you use, what stamps you use, what dies you use. Oh, my throat is annoying me now. It was fine before I came on live. Excuse me, I just had to have a drink. So I could now choose to put some binding on the edge to stick it together. Another thing to bear in mind is about when you stuff it and put some bits and pieces inside, that you want to have room for growth. Okay, so when I've done the binding on the edge, I did try and make sure there was a bit of a gap, which I mentioned at the beginning. Okay, just to make sure that when you do come to stuff it, it doesn't sort of come bursting open. There is room for expansion. That's a good word. So I wonder whether to leave that there rather than gluing anything, because we can do a session of filling and decorating with that, and go on to maybe decorate a box to go with this mini album, and talk you through my box making and how I've learnt to do it. So I think I'm going to keep this colour of, this is crumb cake, I think, or is it Sahara? Let's have a look. What do we think? I think that's crumb cake. Let me just reach. Yes, because Sahara sand is much lighter. I've got some Christmassy papers here, and some of this has got Sahara sand in it. Oh, I don't know now. Oh well, we're going to go for crumb cake because it's on my table. So the box. Look, I found my measurements now. It was in my notebook. Oh well, right. So when you're creating a box, I did say I would talk you through this. I know some people find making boxes difficult, but I found this formula and it's really helped me. So I'm going to try and talk you through it and share it with you. So you need to decide how tall you need your box to be, okay? So because this is probably going to be stuffed a little bit, I've gone for 3/4 inches, okay? So that's your first measurement that you need, your height of your box. Okay. Now you need the height here and the height here, so you've got to add those two together. So height times 2. So in my case, I've got 3¼ plus 3¼ Okay, just stick with me because it's just revolutionised. You know, it's really helped me. Then we've got to figure out the width of our box. So I've said that I want it to be 3½. So a bit of a gap on either side. Round the numbers off, make it nice and easy. So height of the box, obviously times 2, plus the width. Okay. And then you want to work out the length. So in this case, I've done 4½. Height, is it? I don't know, depth, whatever you want to call it. So my calculation is the sides of the box, okay, the depth, and the depth plus the width, okay, and that will give you a number. Sides of the box plus sides of the box plus the length, okay. So I know that I need to cut out a piece of 5 by 6 inches. I hope that makes sense, because once you know the calculation, now I'm not great with maths, and once you know the calculation of how to do it, it's just, honestly, it makes my life a whole lot easier. Right, so I know that I need to cut this piece of paper down to 5 by 6, or this piece of card, I should say. Now, we want to make the base ever so slightly smaller so that the lid fits on nice and snugly. In order to do that, you just take a smidge, which is about 1/8. I don't know if I need to change my blade, off 2 sides, okay? Now, don't worry, because this doesn't mean that you have to change your measurements. You're just literally taking off a little bit, because that will help us out later. So that's, you can mark it if you want, T for top, okay? So I've done the same measurements for the, no, this is the base, sorry, just to confuse you. Then for the top, you very rarely do you want the box to come all the way down to be the same depth. You want it to have a bit of a gap, so it's easier to lift the box apart and people know it's a box, and it's just easier to open. Okay, so I've done that measurement already, and you do the same thing. You work out how deep you want it, the width and the length. This time we're not going to cut any little bit off, because obviously we've done that bit already. Hi there, Glenna, nice to see you. So this is going to be 4½ inches by 5½ inches. Right, and we're going to start scoring this one, and it's going to be at 1/2 inch all the way round, because now we're going to create our sides. And this is nice and easy because it's the same all the way around. You don't have to think about too many measurements. Okay, so that's our lid. This is our base. Now remember, our base was a different measurements. It was 3/4 of an inch. So make sure you don't get muddled. If it helps, label what's what. This handy Stampin' Up! Trimmer has got a scoring tool and a cutting blade, so it's all in one place. Okay, so we've got the base and the lid. Linda's been waiting for sure she didn't fall down. Oh, are you okay, Linda? Have I gone all fuzzy? Oh, I'm back. I think I'm back. Okay, so you should be left with 2 pieces, one which is going to make our base and one which is going to make our lid. Pixelating again. Usually this calms down, so I'm just going to carry on and move really slowly. So with boxes, we're cutting straight up the score line, and then you cut a wedge and a wedge like this. Now the reason we cut a wedge is when we come later to do the gluing, makes all the difference, so you don't get any overlapping. Okay. Now, like I said, a lot of you know how to make boxes. You haven't got an issue with how to do it. You make them all the time. But there may be somebody out there that's watching that goes, I don't know how to make a custom sized box. I didn't realise it was that easy. So, you know, this is me saying, if I can do it, so can you. In fact, I've got to the point where I want to make a box for anything I give away now. Because now that I get it, it's really clicked with me. I'm like, oh, I get it, and it's so easy. You always have issues. Oh, Linda, that's a shame. Did you get my notification? So if you are a fan and you want to know when I'm coming on live on YouTube or Facebook, I can send out a WhatsApp notification. Most people have WhatsApp these days. So that's a good little tip. So if you want to be reminded and want a WhatsApp notification, then drop me an email. Hopefully one of my admin can just pop in my email address for me. stampinstarcreations@gmail.com. Ah, Deborah says it's me. I don't know how to make custom sized boxes. I'm saving this video. Oh, bless you. Honestly, Deborah, if I can do it, myths, I can't do maths, then anybody can. Once you know the formula, it's so easy. You rebooted it after 20 minutes and then I appeared, Linda. Was I hiding in the depths of YouTube? So now all I'm doing is burnishing those score lines that I've made, and you can already see how this is going to turn into a box. Now this is a basic box. I'm not talking about something super fiddly and all singing, all dancing. It's not a music box. It's a box standard box. But let me tell you, it's not any old box standard box. It's a custom sized box. So the amount of years, months, days I spent trawling YouTube, watching people make boxes and having them to fit certain things like candles and I don't know, whatever. Now you can make it to the size of what you need it to. That's the most important thing, and that's the most exciting thing. That, you know, once you know the formula and how to figure out how to do this, you can, you know what I'm doing. I should have done the base first, because what I like to do is put the lid on to make sure that it fits over my base properly. But there you go. Do you know what? I'm already done now. I've kind of glued it now. I got distracted talking to you guys. So we'll just have to make sure. I'm hoping it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've got to just trust my own measurements. So I might just talk you through ways in which you can decorate your album. And like I said, I don't want to be here chopping lots of bits up and spending hours and hours doing that. But I could maybe decorate the box a bit more, and I thought it might be nice to do a little Christmas project and turn it into maybe like a little journal. But then I thought about other ideas of what you could do with it. You can do like a prayer album for somebody and write some prayers, or do like a little friendship journal, and photographs and all sorts. Oh, I know that's the long album, but you know. There we go. So you have got space on either side, but if I just bring back my original one, I thought you could put tissue paper in it, but also, you know, you want to have a bow. You're probably going to have some tags and things sticking at the top. So you do want it to have space around it so that the album will fit inside. Okay, nice and snug there. Now the proof of the pudding. Oh yes, lovely fit. Lovely, lovely. Perfect fit. So just trimming off that tiny little bit off those two sides made all the difference. Deborah says, I'm terribly bad at visualising a 3D item, so I have a terrible time breaking it down in my head to folds and measurements. Clumsy brain. Deborah, you should see the amount of scraps that I go through to get to the final point. Good morning, Heidi. She says, good morning, and the other lovely Easter eggs. Now, what I could have done or should have done before. Now, this isn't too bad because I've got enough of a lip. But you can get your... Oh, that's not going to fit now. Oh, yeah, there you go. Let's force it in. I'm going to force my retired circle punch in to create some thumb holes. And it just helps. I don't know, one, it looks professional, and two, it makes it really obvious where it is to lift the box. Okay, so there's the start of our album, and I could do one a year and then like have a Christmas album. All these new Christmas traditions. Okay, so let's do a little bit of decoration. I think we'll do some inside and some outside. This paper looks as if it might fit nicely. No, it's too small. That'd just be wishful thinking, wouldn't it? You never know. Okay, that's a little bit too small for my liking. So that for the top might be nice. Let's see what else I've got in here. Rummage around. Why have I got so many of those then? If anyone's done the Christmas workshop of mine and hasn't got their pack of paper, you let me know. It looks like I've got some... I know I had spare, but it looks like I've got too many here. This one is calling me, I think. Quite like this. Am I going to be able to get... Right, so the measurement that I had for my... Where's that bit of paper? Right, cover 3 3/8. Right, that's not going to work. I was going to have the same... Just going to have a quick look through here. That's quite nice. I could have that for the inside, a nice subtle inside, and have that bold one for the outside. Let's see what else I've got here. Oh, that's pretty as well. They're all so pretty. Oh, let's go really Christmassy, shall we? Okay. Deborah says you can make boxes to gift your early Christmas ornament. There's a nice idea, yes. I need to zoom out. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, I am a little bit too close, aren't I? Thank you, Anne, for keeping check. Right. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces at once because the trimmer will take it. We're cutting this at 3 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm going to stick to inches just because everything else is in inches today. By 4 3/8. 1, 2, 3. No. Got to count it across. 1, 2, 3. And then this should be big enough to stick down on the inside. Ah, Frederique, lovely to see you. Hi. And then we'll have one for the outside. Now I'm just thinking I might swap, because if I'm going to decorate the outside, I might not want it to be so full of pattern. So I might actually have that on the inside, because it doesn't matter that it's patterned. But if I want to decorate the box on the outside, oh, that's nice as well. Oh dear. It's so difficult when the papers are all so nice and you can't choose. Right, that one's going to tuck inside. Look at that, lovely fit. I'm going to glue that one in there. They're all nice, aren't they, Shirley? I'm a pro, says Levine. Thanks, Levine. I wish I was, but you should, like I said, you should see behind the scenes. And to be honest, I was testing out an idea earlier, and this is you know what I go through. So I use scrap paper, give it a go, work out the measurements, and then I'm not wasting a load of nice Stampin' Up card. I'm trialing my idea. So that's, you know, if I'm doing something from scratch like that, I do trial it out first rather than ask me how I know. Go on. Ask me why I do that. So I think, yes, we'll do this for the outside. We'll have the red so we can have a bit more decoration. Was there a question there? Decisions, right, Linda? Too many to make. You got, especially when you're live. I don't like dawdling. I think, come on, get on with it. So I'm trying to be proactive. You know, if in doubt, you can always make another one. Oh dear. Hi, Shirley. Oh, did you come on already? But somebody's saying hi. Oh, do you know what? You know when, like, Deborah was saying about visualising things. I want to visualise this booklet sort of a bit more finished. So it's a bit rough and ready, I must admit. But I do want to put the spine on and maybe decorate it. I think I'm tempted to glue it, at least. Okay, so I can, let me just check what I'm doing. So I want these top two here to be pockets. So just be careful where you're gluing. I'm gluing at the base, that's what I'm doing. Right, I'm closing these up to create some pockets. So just a bit of glue at the base, missing out the middle and going to the next open pocket. When you've got it in front of you, it's easy to work out. So don't panic or don't think you've got to write it all down. It is self-explanatory. And then we're leaving that because we put the spine down the back. So you've got an open pocket there, and open pocket down the middle. Oh, do you know what? I am going to do the spine. I can't resist because I need to, like I said, I'm a bit of a visual learner. I need to see things. So for the spine, I've done this at, I've written down 1 5/8, but the length, now this one's gone a little bit AWOL. This is, I make this 4 1/8, but I've got a feeling the other one wasn't quite that. Let's have a look. This one was about 4 inches because I cut it properly. So just measure the length of your book. So 4 1/8, and I'm going 1 5/8. Now, what I'm not going to do is fold this in half. What I'm going to do is to just curl the spine with my bone folder. Because if you start putting exact creases in the scores in the binding, it just looks a bit messy because of the way the book folds. So I'm just going to crease it with my bone folder and encourage it to go round like so. And this just helps to break up the fibres inside. So hopefully you'll have a sort of a rounded edge. There we go. And then we're going to glue that to there. Now remember, just pull it back a little bit. Don't stick it right up to the spine. We're going to pull it back a little bit because we want room for it to be able to open. It's got very jaggedy edges. Now if you get jaggedy edges sometimes with your paper or on your card, I find that if you've got a glue eraser and you can just rub it along the jaggedy edges, it helps them to just disappear. I don't know how I discovered that. I think I discovered it first. I always think I discover things first until I realise somebody else has discovered it before me. Does that happen to anybody else? So I'm bending it round and I'm eyeballing it roughly where that should go before I stick it down. Or you think you've created an invention and then you realise either it exists already or somebody else had the same idea as you. I'm going to put some glue on the back. You can use tape if you want, but I just think with glue you've got a bit more leeway to just move things about a bit if you wanted to. Okay, this one is a bit more shoddy than my last one, but that's okay. We're going to just go with the Flojo. There, I know it's not looking very Christmassy just yet, but the idea was I could use my tag dies, create some nice cut out tag shapes. I could do some journaling, do some photographs. Oh, Gina, nice to see you briefly. So that's a good size actually, that tag, which is I think the second size down of the tags. Right, now do I want to trim that? If you wanted to, look, I might just trim that a little bit. Make it look a little bit more uniform. So we've got our fancy schmancy box, and we can make the ribbon, do the ribbon for it. We've got the lid. Now for the lid, I quite like the idea of having these little book corners here. So they're nice and easy to do. Using 3/8 of an inch by, I think it was 3/8. I'm going to cut out 2 squares, 3/8 by 3/8, and then we're going to cut the diagonal. Now, to avoid your blade snagging, then start in the middle rather than trying to run it through from one end to the other. If you put your trimmer blade in the center of your square somewhere and start that cut, it helps it from catching. And then you're just cutting out some nice photo corners, I guess they are. Now we could vintage this up, couldn't we? No, I can't pick it up. So I might just add a little bit of colour to it. Let's have a look at my... Are you a brown brush? You look it. Won't go too wild, but that's the wrong colour. Might just create a bit of an edging on the box. Nothing quite like an afterthought, is there? Oh dear. So tell me, how are you all, you lovely viewers, you lovely YouTuber fans, you dedicated community? How are you today? What question can I ask? Let me think about something exciting. I was going to ask you your shoe size, but our shoe size is different. They are, aren't they? They're not kind of get different shoe sizes in different countries. There's no kind of one size fits all, is there? And I don't always know the European measurements. So I'm going to just put a bit of dusting on here, like I'm polishing a pair of shoes. Create a sort of vintage vibe. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. You could probably, well, maybe you can't, but if I thought about it, you could probably write up the spine as well, which would be rather cute. So I'm going to stick on my photo corners on my box. I'm really liking this box and book. It says Cindy Fox Taylor. Cute little gift for all occasions, right? Exactly that. So it could be for a new baby, a baby shower. It could be for a special birthday. It could be for memories. Anything really. And it's a nice size. So imagine having a little collection of these throughout the year. Have I stuck that the wrong way? I can't see any ink on that one. Easily fixed. So I'll show you in a minute. Let me just get these down. Oh, I made a mean banana loaf earlier. And it required 2 eggs. And so it's 2 large eggs. And I cracked the second one and it was a double yolker. Very exciting when you get double yolkers. So with some large eggs, you might find 2 or more yolks in it. It's rare, but it happens, and it's very exciting. Deborah says her sneakers have 3 different sizes in them: US, UK, and EU, and a 4th that she can't read. Oh, that's interesting, because not all of them do. So you could even do the lid if you really wanted to. I mean, you could go to town. But what I was saying is, you know, if you had a collection of these little books, or if you were gifting them to a family member or friend, you could have them like on your shelf. Hilda, long time no see. And just have a lovely little collection of books. Cute idea for a new mama, baby's first year, yeah. And you could just, you know, I want to decorate it now. Let me think. I want to use tidings and trimmings, and I want to circle on it. Oh, excuse me. Or what about pretty label? Oh, that'd be nice. That looks like a book plate. Somewhere around here I had some gold foil earlier. Did I put it away? There's some there. Where else have I got some? Some here. What's this gonna? Oh, that'd be nice, like a copper plate. Let's do that. Let you come, little baby machine. Out you come, plates. Oh, New Balance ones. I don't know where they're made. Now, is that going to work? Let's see. Right, hold your breath, everybody. Here goes. Don't worry about the snapping, unless something is actually broken. Hooray! That was very tight, but it managed to cut it out. And you've got this lovely stitching along the edge. Ah, Deborah says, must rush off, but you've been saved all nice and tidy. Thanks, Deborah. Lovely to see you. Are you running off in your New Balance sneakers? Just thought I could put the date on it if I really wanted to. Let's have a look what else we got here. Thinking the star or the stocking would look nice. What's your vote? Do you want a star or do you want a stocking? Ah, thank you, Frederique. She says, too cute. I'll have to watch the replay. Anne's vote is for the star. Glenna's the star. Linda wants the stocking. Just wondering if I can have both. Star. More votes for the star. Okie pokies. Right. I think we could afford to maybe go that nice. Or we could do... no, let's do... I was going to say, sorry, I'm bad at doing that. I stopped mid-track. I was going to do Evening Evergreen, a dark green, to match the inside. But because it's got a soft succulent in the paper, I'm going to use soft succulent. I just got to find it. It's here somewhere. Down at the deepest, darkest depths. There we go, look. Just got to move a few things around to get there, you know. Star for Stampin Star Creations. There we go. Thank you, Glenna. Right. I wasn't going to do the decorating bit, but never mind. I like, this is the fun bit after, you know, all that hard work. We get to do the decorating. Now, I'm just going to put a piercing mat underneath because I've got a bit of a uneven table. Thank you, Vicky, for popping in my deets, my details. Now, with this set comes matching star shapes. I could cut that out. I mean, you could really go to town with decorating it as well, if you really wanted to. You could do lots of things. Tomorrow is going to be it, right? Okay, this one's going to require a post-it note because it's a bit more doing it at a funny angle, which doesn't help. Sorry, I'm going to bring it towards me so you can see what I'm doing. Yes, tomorrow's going to be a busy day at work. Oh, but it should be fun. The kids have got their nativity play, so I've got to get them all dressed and ready. They've got their Christmas dinner. And you can wear a Christmas jumper tomorrow. Hi there, Catherine. This little book is so adorable. I love it, she says. Good. See, I told you, didn't I? There's always going to be somebody out there that's not seen it before. And I think making a box for things just completes it. So there we go. That just helps to hold it in place. Now, to put a vintagey up the edges a little bit. Not going to add any more ink because the brush has got quite a bit still left on there. Sorry, shake the table a bit. Hi everybody from class. Did you have a nice time? Have you all had fun and learnt how to make some wreaths now? Just wondering. Oh yes, this is fine. So I'm just going to go over it in the light, soft, succulent blend so that the stamping will still show through. Hold on, I can see comments flying by, but I can't keep up at the moment because I'm trying to colour in. Ruth had fun. Don't know about anybody else, she says. Okay, so let's bring back our box. I feel like it needs some summit. Add some twine. Oh, good. Claire says the class is just brilliant, well worth going to. I've learnt a lot. So if you're wondering what I'm on about, some of the people just joining the live chat have been to a class that Ruth at Harville Stampin has held. She runs Zoom classes and teaches techniques, various things, particularly with one-sheet wonders. And yes, you do learn a lot. And you can pick up a lot of information from going to these classes. So do get in touch with Ruth if you'd like to know more about her classes and how much she charges, and even if you're in another country it's still accessible to you as well. So I'm going to stick some dimensionals. You don't want it too puffy because you might want to store it. It was Ruth was doing a wreath class this last time. Okay. Now, I did say on Facebook earlier I was going to show you my clean and simple card, and I forgot to do it. So if there's time at the end, remind me. So those of you who've just come on, you'll be like, has Esther only just made a box? No, I've not just made a box. I'll show you what else we've made. I'm just going to wrap this twine round, do a figure of 8 and kind of plonk it down on the back. I hope it will stick somewhere. And then we're going to stick it on there. Looks like a cowboy and western. Excuse me. Need to make it look a bit more Christmassy. Right, what I think I'll do is I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to spend ages decorating today because I want to come back maybe and do a part 2 of this. So I think I could cut some sprigs and add some sprigs as well. Hi there, Sue. I'm about to wrap up actually, Sue. So inside the box, we've been making a little mini album. And look, we've lined the box. We made a mini album, which we are yet to stuff and put some bits and bobs in. But that's been made from a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And we made our little box to go with it, which is a nice custom made box to fit. And here's one I made earlier, which, you know, again, it needs a feature on the front. It makes all the difference. But you can get making and you can attach. There's different ways of attaching it. You could maybe do a card attachment and then stick it down with a magnet or with Velcro if you wish. Hi, Linda. Like so, and then I've just put some circles on top to cover that up. Okay, so very, very cute little project, and we spoke about the fact that you can use this for lots of different occasions. So there we go. So I'm hoping, like I said, maybe after Christmas, take some photographs, maybe do a bit of journaling if I'm organised enough, and we can maybe come back and readdress our albums. Now, what date are we today? We're the 4th. Oh, I'm not going to be able to work this out. I need to look at a calendar. So there might be time to fit in one more live next week. So I'll be off work. Let's just have a look at the old diary. See where we are. Oh, excuse me. So the 14th, 21st. So I should be around. Oh, let me just go and grab those. I was going to show you some cards. Yes, I should be around next week. So it all started with, let me just move these away a minute, with this one here. I grabbed out, oh, did it? Oh, well, it sort of started with this one. Grabbed out this paper, and I was going to use the other side, but when I turned it over, I saw this pretty blue paper, and I thought, oh, I've got these snowflakes to use up, and I went really clean and simple. So this is my clean and simple card. And then, so I'd started, like I said, on the other side. So I'd cut out these ready to stick, and then I decided to turn them over and keep the theme. So, yeah, I don't normally do clean and simple, but I was pleased with these. And I thought, oh, I wonder if I've got any more of that paper. Sure enough, I did. Kept the same greeting, and I just think by cutting out the greeting, that's one great way to make it look modern and simplified. Doesn't have a lot on it, really easy to do, but with pretty decorations and embellishments. And then I had this strip also. So I was really pleased with them because they're, like I said, I don't normally do clean and simple. Now, I'll tell you what else I've got on my desk, because I thought you might want to see this. I've got an After 8 dinner mint. Now, some of you might have seen the video where Ruth and I tried to get the mint, and there's a game where you've got to perch it on your forehead and work your way down to your mouth. Now, earlier I did have my glasses on, but it's not going to work if I wear glasses and try and do this game. So if you want to stick around for a bit of silliness, I'm going to see if I can get it in my mouth from my forehead. You ready? Just because. So the idea is you mustn't touch it with your hands, okay, once it's there. But you've got to use your face to work it down and then try your hardest to get it across. Oh no, it's slipping. It's slipping. Oh. It's stuck. No, it's stuck. No, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Oh well, I tried. I tried. What can I say? It's good fun. Have a go. After 8 dinner mints. There we go. Thank you, Glenna. She loves the clean and simple cards. Frederick says there's a beautiful Alice. Vicky loves the cards. Beautiful. I love the cards. Great. Brill. There you go. You can have that on me, ladies and gents. Just a bit of Christmas fun. Got itchy nose. Right, lovely to see you, and I hope to catch you next Tuesday for maybe the final Christmas. Well, it won't be a Christmas craft. I don't know. Who knows? We'll do something. Was it really a quick card? It was much quicker than the card I made yesterday. Put it that way, Claire. It was. It did actually come together quite quickly, and I think once you have papers out and you start playing and having things with just the same theme, they just kind of, you can make a nice collection. So there you go. On that happy note, I'm going to love you and leave you, and hopefully I'll catch you again next week. If you'd like to shop with me, or if you'd like a demonstrator, a silly demonstrator maybe, somebody who's up for a bit of a laugh, and you're in the UK, France, Germany, Austria. I don't know why my thing is very shaky today. Sorry, if you're in the UK, France, Austria, Germany, or the Netherlands, and you want to a demonstrator, or if you need somebody to be a demonstrator, oh, forget it. What am I saying? If you want somebody to order through, then you have to do it through a demonstrator, so you can shop at my online shop. If you have any questions or comments, then do email me at stampinstarcreations.co.uk. Cindy says she's done that game with an Oreo cookie. That's a good idea. And Janice has sneaked through the back door. And in other news, right, that's all for me, folks. I've gone over my time now. I'll love you and leave you, and you can check out my fun turtle card that I made today over on Facebook, on YouTube. If you're not on Facebook, you can check that out tomorrow. I'll go and get it set up now. Mwah. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Take care and God bless. Till next time. Good night.